Hello everybody, this is GamerGar and welcome to another episode of the Riverlands farm. We are now entering the first week of winter, so we're now nearing the end of the challenge, but by god, what a week this is going to be. We have a ton of fish ponds now on the farm. We're going to get tons of Legend 2 row every single day. It is Monday, we're going into Key Secret Wallet Room. Let's take a look at the quest for the week, and there you have it folks. Another extended family. Who cares about the key gems? We want to absolutely abuse this quest again for the sheer amount of money that it gives. Now we're going to use a similar setup like last time, so we need our trap bobber of course to stand a chance to catch these things consistently. And for the second tackle we are using the curiosity lure, which increases the rate on which you can get rare fish. And I feel like by using the curiosity lure I'm getting way more of these Legend 2s. Now every single one of these are going to be smoked up, they're going to be sold. And we are going to get literally millions of gold, because all we're doing for the next 3 days are fishing them up. We're also getting golden animal crackers, and we're going to put all of the golden animal crackers we get from the fishing treasure chests into all of the fish ponds. Now we're still using the pirate perk for the fishing. We're not using angler right now to increase the odds of getting treasure chests. And the great thing about the golden animal crackers is that you don't need to get a gold treasure chest to get a golden animal cracker. You can actually get them from the regular treasure chests as well. So it's really nice to stock up on those, and it just means that every morning we wake up, there's a fairly good chance we're going to get a huge amount of Legend 2 raw. So we will have to dramatically increase the amount of preserve bins we have on the farm, because we're just going to end up with so much raw. It would be very wasteful to put a lot of that raw into a chest and just leave it rot there. It means losing out on a lot of money, and we only have a few weeks left before we complete this actual challenge. In the previous episode I said what are the odds that we're going to get the gold clock by the end of the first year from just primarily fishing. The odds will be quite high if we can get this quest again. If we can get it 2 more times, that's more or less, you know, the clock in the bag. But the odds of that quest popping up again, especially after getting it previously as well, is quite rare. But we never know, let's just wait and find out. If we take a look inside our new fishing chest here, look at the amount of raw that we actually have, and the majority of this raw is Legend 2 raw. So once we turn this into aged raw, each one is going to sell for an astronomical amount of money. We are going to spend the majority of today now fishing up all these Legend 2s. The farm is finally starting to look like a proper fishing farm now, which is great because we got lots of fish ponds, and these fish ponds are filled up with some amazing fish. There's still a few more fish ponds we can put on the farm, but for now we're going to prioritise a house expansion for Robin. The first thing we need to do is purchase a huge amount of stone. Now, I mean, I could go into the Skull Caverns or the mines and accumulate stone, but because it's year 1, Robin sells stone at a much cheaper rate, so just to speed up progression, especially with the creation of preserve jars, I'm just going to buy tons of stone off Robin, make tons of preserve jars. Now, my coal supply was quite low after the creation of all those preserve jars. However, to get more coal back, we're going to go to Clint. We have over 100 Omni Geodes. It took me so long to get Clint to break them all open, so all of the minerals that we get from these, we're just going to donate them to Gunther. All of the coal, of course, we're going to keep because we need those to smoke up the rest of our Legend 2s. We're only missing 1 mineral there to complete all of the minerals for Gunther, which is pretty cool. But in all fairness, we did do a lot of Skull Cavern runs in this challenge. We also found Krobus hiding behind a bush. We got the magnifying glass. This can actually help us because we can get a lucky charm from one of the secret notes. We're now going to go down to the Statue of Uncertainty and we are going to respec our fishing skill. We're going to get the angler again so we can sell all those smoked Legend 2s for an increased profit. We also got another mastery level, so we're just going to get combat mastery for now because using the trinkets, it's so much fun when you're going down into the mines, and there's a lot of trinkets that can really accelerate the combat mechanics of this game, especially the golden spur. Now that we crit a lot, that will allow our character to move way faster. Level 10 fishing, again, we'll just take the angler again for now, fish worth 50% more. The next day we're going to go into Pierre's, we're going to sell him all of our lovely fishing products. We've got huge amounts of raw that we can sell it, but look at how much Legend 2s we have, 76 in total. That comes to over 2 million in gold. That's what you can make in a couple of days of fishing if you get the extended family quest. That is the power of fishing. With all that money we're going to go and we are going to treat ourselves to all of the warp obelisks. We already had the one for Ginger Island. We're going to go ahead now and get the one for the desert, followed by the one for the beach, and then we're going to get the one for the mountain area. So that is all of the warp obelisks now set up on the farm. We're going to go to Marcello as well. We're going to purchase a couple of skill books to see if we can get another mastery level. Because I had so much money, I just got the Queen of Sauce cookbook. It gives you every single Queen of Sauce recipe. Very handy actually if you're going for perfection and you've missed a few Queen of Sauces. It's just a nice kind of get out of jail free card if you're lagging behind on the recipes there with that. We're then going to go talk to the dwarf on the 5th floor of the Volcano Dungeon and purchase the Diamond Hunter. I had 10 diamonds from doing all the Skull Cavern runs to get that. That's going to give us a chance to mine a diamond every time we break open a regular node with the pickaxe. If we use bombs, we won't have a chance at all, so we have to use the pickaxe. I went up to floor 9 for the elite chest as well. I was really hoping for Dragon Skill Boots or the Hot Jabbering or just something like that. It just wasn't happening. I did, however, get the Crusader enchant on my Dragonsmith Cutlass. I much prefer this to the Vampire enchant. I mean, if we come across mummies, it's literally going to decimate them straight away. Got a couple of trinkets too. I managed to get the frog egg there, and the frog is just hilarious. It will literally just gobble anything up that it comes across. No enemy is safe from the frog. Now the only drawback with the frog is that if it does gobble up an enemy, you won't get loot from the enemy and it will not count towards a monster eradication goal, and also you won't get XP. So it literally just removes the enemy from the game if you want to think about it that way. You know, it's kind of like a black hole, we'll say. But the frog is still very handy. Best case scenario, you come across an enemy that you just do not want to engage in combat. Let's just say it was an Iridium Bat or a mummy and you just didn't have time to deal with it. You can just bop out the frog and make it disappear straight away. Now this was the yellow frog. You can actually get this frog in different colours, but regardless of colour, it doesn't change its abilities or its cooldown rates. You can actually get a prismatic frog and you can get a void frog as well. Now they're quite rare, but you never know. You might get lucky and you might grab one. Now we also got a golden spur today. Upon getting a critical strike, this would give us a speed boost for 8 seconds. That was pretty good in terms of the first roll for the golden spur. We could reforge that or we could look for others. The best golden spur will give you a speed boost for 10 seconds, which is pretty nice. The next day, it was time to collect all of our lovely aged Legend 2 raw. I mean, just look at the sheer amount of Legend raw we're actually getting here. All of this is going to sell for a huge amount of money. So we're now going to make on average, I'd say maybe 200,000 or 300,000 gold, you know, every couple of days. A lot of it will come down to how often we get raw from the Legend 2 fish ponds, but most of them now have golden animal crackers, so you'd be very surprised. We're going to go up to Robin and we're now going to get the house upgrade. We need to make the house bigger because I want to move all of the preserve bins into the house so I can put more fishing ponds on the regular farm. We're then going to go to the desert. We're going to get some triple shot espressos. We're going to get some spicy eels. We're going to take a nice stroll down into Skull Caverns. And we are going to try our best to get another master level down here. This is probably one of the best places you can go to get XP in general, because you're going to get tons of XP from blowing open the geodes, and you're going to get tons of XP from killing enemies. At the end of the day, we managed to make huge amounts of money. We made over 300,000 gold just from the fish alone. It was now Monday. Time for another key quest. We didn't get the extended family. Now, to be fair, I wasn't expecting, you know, a third one in a row. So we had a choice. We're going to go with Skull Cavern Invasion and get the 40 key gems. You know, we can still use the key gems for a lot of stuff. It would be nice to get maybe 1 or 2 deconstructors for stone, for crystallariums and things like that. It was time for the fishing winter event. We had our advanced iridium rod, we had deluxe bait and 2 dressed spinners. The bite rate was very, very impressive. We decimated the event, won the prize, and the next day starts with a collection of more Legend 2 raw. Just look at the amount of raw that we're getting here. We're going to get so much raw every single day. It's time to gear up for a Skull Cavern run. We're going to make tons of bombs, tons of mega bombs. I had my spicy eels, I had lots of diamonds there, so I can go and get more triple shot espressos. All of these bombs are going to serve a huge purpose. They're going to get me tons and tons of XP. It would be nice to get all of the mastery levels before year 1 is up, and we're actually on our way to make that happen. Having the Crusader enchant is just so handy. All of these ghosts and mummies, and there's lots of floors that you get that are literally just filled up to the top with ghosts and mummies. The Crusader enchant literally just decimates them so well. Now, we got quite lucky today. We got a lot of holes today that brought us down some big levels. Got 11 levels there. All we need to do is make the floor 100 and claim the key gems. Lots of iridium clusters like that are a huge boost to us. Each one gives us 50 XP. Even the gold clusters, they might not give 50 a pop, but they give lots still. Occasionally, when you beat an enemy while doing a key quest, you might get a key gem. Now, you might just pick up 1 or 2, but every little bit helps. We finally made it down to floor 100. There's some more key gems in the bag. It was time to claim the prize, which was 15 cherry bombs from the chest. You know, that's not bad. There's still a place for cherry bombs, of course. The next day, it was time to get even more lovely aged Legend 2 raw. The majority of it being Legend 2, because that's what most of our fish ponds are. I mean, I don't want to downplay the other legendary fish, but they pale in comparison to the Legend 2 fish ponds. And the only reason I didn't get rid of the other legendary fish to put in more Legend 2 fish ponds is because I just want to show the collection of all the legendary fish, and I think the colours of the fish ponds look quite cool. If it was a min-max run, of course, you know, we'd be getting rid of the angler, the glacier fish, the crimson fish, and they'd be replaced with Legend 2s. But for now, we'll leave them be. We almost have level 5 mastery, which is nice. We're going to take the mining mastery now as the next one. And the perks you get from that are quite good, you know. You can get more gems when you break open the rocks, chance for double gems, which is nice. We're going to take fragments of the past. If we complete that quest, we're going to get a first item from Gunther. It's a bone mill, and all of these, you know, bone fragments that we've been collecting, I've been saving them up. I have a chest with hundreds of those inside it, literally hundreds of them. And you can put 5 of those into the bone mill and you can get back some real nice stuff. You can get back tree fertilizer, you can get back speed grows, you can get back real nice stuff, especially if you wanted to farm later on in the challenge too, you know. The bone mill is handy for that. Now, I got most of the bone fragments from the dig site. I just needed a handful more, so I took a monster musk, went down into the regular mines and started wiping out skellies left, right and centre. They actually dropped a lot of bone swords for me as well. Now you can sell those swords for 250 gold a pop. We also got a monster eradication gold there as well. Now I'm not going to sell the swords because this is a fishing challenge primarily. So we're just going to keep the swords in a chest. It didn't take long to get all of the bone fragments we needed. That was another quest completed for our good friend Gunther there. While I was here, I decided to donate that scapula to him as well. And that unlocked a new reward. We don't get most of the rewards because they're just decorations. I'm going to go to the Statue of Uncertainty and we're going to change foraging back to Botanist because I don't really need a lot of hardwood at the moment, and it would be nice that everything I pick up is iridium quality. And that is the end of another Let's Play. We're very close now to finishing off this challenge. Thanks so much everyone for supporting me thus far. I hope you have a great week and I'll see you very soon.